afternoon, class. My name is Adaluz Coronado, and my group members are Natalie Castañeda, Elijah Ontiveros, and Victoria Licon. The main focus for our PSA is dual language programs. Dual language programs, or dual language education, refers to bilingual education programs that develop bilingualism, biliteracy, grade-level academic achievement, and social-cultural development for all students. It is also known as cultural immersion. It includes both one-way and two-way immersion programs. This program is commonly used for ELL students and also for those students whose native language is English. Dual language programs have many benefits, such as educational advantages. Dual language students demonstrate superior reading, writing, social, and cognitive skills. Enrolling students in dual language programs also brings career benefits in their future. Being bilingual increases employment options. It also brings cultural benefits. Bilingual children can adapt better to new environments, meeting new people, and stepping out of their comfort zone.
Therefore, for our PSA, we decided to add the differences between one-way and two-way immersion programs. We believe that it is important to make note of these differences as they can benefit both ELLs and English-speaking students. In my case, during my SLP experience, I was given the opportunity to work in a dual language classroom who implemented the one-way immersion program. This meant that all the students in the class were ELLs, with Spanish being their home language. During the time that I was there, I noticed how the students use their translanguaging skills to communicate with one another. I was able to hear them talk in Spanglish as it would mix both the English and Spanish language. I noticed how they would also do this when writing. I was glad to be given the opportunity to work with emerging bilingual students, as it was really interesting to see how these type of students use their translanguaging skills when wanting to communicate in another language they are not yet proficient in.
Hey guys, my name is Victoria Licon, and one way for me that the dual language programs connected with my service learning project is that my students will be pulled out of their advisory classes, so not when I was with them, but during different periods, so they can help work on their language. A lot of them had invented spelling, so this helped. The invented spelling really came out when the students, there was one day where I went and they had an independent reading, and afterwards they had to fill out a journal, like a reading log, and you could see there that they knew what they were talking about, but it wasn't so easy for them to portray it. I did my SLP in a middle school, but I have seen through the course that maybe in an elementary setting, the dual language programs would be beneficial inside of the classroom rather than outside as a pull-out method, because the students get to engage with their classmates as well as learn what they need to do. I believe this because, as we discussed in class, when students are at such a young age, they really do need these programs to help develop their language proficiency. However, when they are pulled out of class and they're missing class time with their peers, this doesn't have such a great effect on them as they are feeling targeted. The pull-in method is beneficial not only for the English language learner, but for all the English natives as well, because they get to interact with one another and learn off of each other, both languages, both cultures, and things like that. So it's not just a one-sided program. Everyone gets to contribute and learn inside of the classroom. Overall, I am grateful I was given this service learning project to be with my mentor teacher. I enjoyed seeing the terms and topics we discussed in class into play, how my teacher accommodated for her bilingual students, how she used summative assessments for them to track their growth. It was a great experience, and now I feel more ready for the real world.
During my SLP experience, I observed that students who are acquiring English as a second language don't really struggle with the content that is being taught in the classroom. The issues that these students are facing are the language that the content is being taught in because they are not proficient in it. One of the issues that I noticed during my SLP experience was there are not enough resources available for students who are acquiring a second language. I believe that us as teachers need to advocate for these students and do as much as we can to help them learn inside the classroom. Dual language programs are one of the most beneficial programs for students in school. They assist with helping students learn reading and writing in 2 different languages. This is beneficial to students because it can open up many doors to other students' cultures as well as their backgrounds and benefits their learning overall. Something that we can incorporate into dual language programs in our schools today is the use of many photo voice projects. This provides students who are acquiring English as a second language the opportunity to tell their stories through the use of pictures and any other artifacts in their possession. The majority of the people living in the United States today have the ability to read, write, and speak in multiple languages. The importance of bilingualism in our schools today could be highly beneficial to everyone in the near future because our society is quickly going towards a bilingual approach.
In conclusion, something that we all had in common was that we all noticed some advantages and even disadvantages of dual language programs. Because of our SLP experience, we now have a better understanding of how dual language programs work and how it is that we can incorporate them into our future classrooms.